What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we are finally going to be doing maintenance work on the RV20 I've been longing for. Nothing too dramatic today, just some simple stuff. Today we'll be installing the new rocker cover gaskets, as well as the billet aluminum half moon seals, and installing the boost stock oil splash plates. So incredibly pumped on that. Should be a simple install, and it'll be fun to see, I guess, what the head looks like on the RV20. RV20 is running great, running smooth, and when I looked in there through the oil cap, most of the cams and all the parts, the internals, looked pretty healthy. On a side note, I did order the lips and burls for the work VSKFs. A huge shout out to Ian Weber for hooking me up with the barrels, and I did go through VR Wheels again for the custom lips. Again, not going with a super aggressive setup, just going to be doing 9.5 up front and then 10-inch in the rear. I am building these for the upcoming show, Oktoberfest, here at the Tucson Expo Center, October 9th. Crossing my fingers too and hoping for the best that there isn't any delay on manufacturing the lips and barrels, since we are still going through a pandemic. There has been a immense shortage on raw materials. I did some research. Aluminum didn't seem to be one of those items, but still gonna cross my fingers and hope for the best. Here are the parts again. Oem rocker cover gaskets, the oil splash plate from Boost Stock, the aluminum half moon seals, and some hardware from Nubis, since I couldn't find any of the OEM. A lot of you have been asking too when I'm going to be actually doing the turbo upgrade, as well as installing all of the supporting mods, and my answer to that is after the show, October 9th. Reason being is my time is limited. The shops that I need custom fabrication work done from are booked out about a month and a couple of weeks. I also ordered a head drain kit, so for that I have to, of course, take off the head. And since the head is off, I don't need to, but I will, if need be, get the head and the block decked. We got the new head gasket to install, as well as the ARP head studs. Since this is my first time doing a build this extensive, I want to do it right, since I plan on pushing, again, about 300 to 320 wheel out of this motor. I just want to make sure everything is bulletproof and everything works accordingly, thus me wanting to take my time with everything. I also need to do the timing, which I definitely want to take my time with, as well as order a new cast sensor. I believe RV Rebuild makes one, and I am also entertaining the idea of buying a new harmonic balancer pulley. I may need it, I may not need it, but again, this motor is almost 30 years old and it wouldn't hurt to replace old parts. But enough of me rambling, let's go ahead and start tearing everything off. Update, so I got a majority of things removed. I got the J-arm off, various hoses. Now is a good time to go ahead and clean out your throttle body. I just hit it with some throttle body cleaner and a terry cloth. No major leaks, which is good, or any leaks at all, honestly. If you look closely, you can see there's a little bit like remnants of oil there, indicating that the part of the seal is going bad. It's, I won't say worse, but it's more noticeable on, say, the driver's side. But overall, everything is looking tip-top. I am running Spitfire blue coil packs, to anybody who's wondering, as well as the NGK Iridium spark plugs. Great setup, that's holding out really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the Phillips that are on the inner, which is 5, and then the outer, which is another 5 on both sides. Now is a good time too to clean all the nooks and crannies. I'm thinking about, I don't know, spray painting the rocker covers black with the Glitter Effects clear coat. I'm definitely going to be hitting up the cam cover here, since it is definitely showing its age. Just gonna use like black caliper paint, and then again hit it with the Duplicolor Clear Effects. Alright, so I got one of the covers off. Honestly, the gasket was in pretty solid shape, just the little rubber grommets holding the cover down were failing. Some of them are actually kind of loose too. In terms of the head, everything checks out, nothing abnormal, no scoring. Here are the Oem Splash Plates. There's only 2. Sorry about the light. There's only 2 there. Not enough to push the oil back down to the sump. I also did notice some oil where the coil packs go. I'm gonna go ahead and investigate that. But so far, so good. So, investigate what's going on here. I'm sure it was just a leaky cover. Once that's all situated, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this cover, reassemble everything, and also here are the half moon seals right there. And we'll go ahead and replace those. I don't know if you can see too well on camera, but where those small little leakages are indicates that the valve cover is failing, but just getting everything as clean as I possibly can. It's my first time doing this, so I'm pretty amazed on how clean everything is. I also do run liquid moly, 5W40, and I also run S3, which is an oil additive enhancer. Seems like it's really doing its job, keeping everything clean. Okay, so I got one of the aluminum oil splash shields on. I was kind of skeptical about putting it on because of, I would say, clearance, but it does clear the cam lobes there because the way it's engineered is the whole thing sits at the highest point opposed to the OEM here. So next I'm going to put in the half moon billet aluminum, I would just say, seal. Just going to go ahead and clean both the surface area on the moon seal and the head, and just going to use a little bit of Honda Bond and put a nice bead of it on top there, and then we'll reinstall it and let it cure. Just got off the second valve cover, rocker cover, whatever you like to call it. Sorry about the darkness. Both of my flashlights died. From what I saw, there was no abnormal abuse or scoring on the rocker or the cam lobes, and everything is good. Also, 2 of the hardware in the back were pretty loose, as well as the grommets that seat everything were shot too, so there was a little bit of oil leaking behind here, but everything is good. I'm just going to go ahead and swap the boost docks oil splash plate out. We are at a stopping point with the Skyline. Got all the splash plates on with both moon seals, with the Honda Bond curing. Got all of the parts organized for when I do the reinstall. And also, my boy Tyler from Powder Bros is going to bless me with a powder coating job and or a dip job. I'm thinking gloss white on everything except for the end fittings, or, hear me out, a Louis Vuitton dip. Let's take a white base, but with like the LV, a silver sparkle. I think that'd be super hot, but I'm gonna see what he can and cannot do. But that is all I have for you guys. I'm going to drop off the parts for powder coating tomorrow, and it should be done in the week. Once it comes back, we'll reinstall everything, but I gotta go. Camera's dying. Thank you everybody for the continuous love and support. Remember, aim high, drive low. I'll catch you next video. Take care.